Hello, I'm going to move the camera. I am a little bit early, but that's because I have to adjust the camera. I got a different light here. So let me see if I can find myself on YouTube. Hi, Handmade from Lisa. How are you? Nice to see you. Hey, you have a wrench by your name. It worked. That's awesome. Okay, let me try to find myself and turn the sound down. There I am. So I have been making embellishments today. So that's super fun for the books that I'm working on. And there we go. See if I can see my hand. I'm doing good. Was super gung-ho today and made all of this and more, but then I'm tired. And so you like embellishments? I do too, and I never make time for it, and it's one of my favoriteest things to do. And I actually spent some of today getting organized. So I'll just show you a little kind of sneak peek, but I got a couple weeks ago at IKEA this box, and so I organized the box. So I have all sorts of fun stuff in my box to use. Isn't that fun? This got me really excited. Once I did this, I was ready. I was like, oh, I can use the things in my box. I put boxes in boxes here. Yeah. After seeing Jessica Rapp's video, I was like, I need to do that. Oh, hi, Deb. You're new here? Guess what? I'm new here too. I've only been streaming a couple of weeks and I don't have a specific time. Hi, Erin. How are you? Nice to see you again. Hi, Penny. Nice to see you. Thank you for saying hi when you come in. Even if you don't say anything else after that, that's great. Yes. Oh, hi, Stacy. Thank you for coming. So anyway, I saw Jessica's videos on her craft room and it made me want to get my things out. Oh, hi, your little red wagon. Hello, nice to see you. That's great that you got to come. This is wonderful. So I organized this box and I'll go through it in a minute. That's just a little teaser. I organized, well, this is really awesome. Just saying what I did today before I get into the embellishment making. I organized this, and this is all my tags. So it goes by size. So here's like the little itty bitty tags, and then a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. So, and then index card. Oh, that's the biggest, and it's tea-dyed. And then tea-dyed index cards. I really like the way the purple turns out on tea dyeing. It's just, it like becomes a neutral. It's a little more pink than in real life than it is on the camera, but I really like that. Some of these overnight book return slips. I have a friend that's a librarian, so yes, regular index cards, some of my tea-dyed library cards, untea-dyed library cards, these things, which I have to I have a box of these and I'd like to put them in here, but I love these things. They're like index card dividers. So those are fun. I know I just did this today. I'm so proud of myself. Some journaling cards that I made from the images in my shop. Flashcards, more index cards. These will go here. Let's see if you can see all this. Quizmo, kind of like bingo, but not really. Blank stuff, all blank stuff. And then I made a whole bunch of these pockets one day out of file folder, tea-dyed file folder. See, the purple tea dyes really well. Anyway, and then other ones, and then, yeah. So like mostly blank stuff. So I got that organized. And Okay, let's see. I also did a lot of sewing. So I have these journals that are coming together quite nicely. That's why I'm doing all of this, is to fill these journals. It's already kind of full with just the paper. And I sewed in some things. So I'm going to, just for a minute, I'm going to go through these journals each. They are not finished. Man, every time I go on here, it's like I sound hoarse. It's weird. I am hoarse right this moment, but not in real life at all. Anyway, so I made, what is this called? Book cloth, the way Daisy Collins does on Tsunami Rose. Your cards are all over the place. Lisa, yeah. So Penny, these covers, I have a video on it. It's a video, not a live stream. And it is actually 9x6 mailing folders. This is a 9x6 mailing folder. And, you know, like the ones that come over and have the clasp. You know, those kinds. Anyway, and I have severely altered it. I did a kind of faux leather front cover on them. So I do have a video on that. It's fun, huh? Erin, I went through some of their containers of scrap of paper and tea-dyed them last week. Yeah. So I did that too. So you'll see whenever I get to them. I took a whole bunch of scrapbook paper that I hadn't done before. I tea-dyed some. That's actually still drying. I cut some out, just blank tags, and they're in that box that I'll show you in a little bit. And I ripped strips. Like, this was one whole paper pack. So I ripped strips of this, and actually a floral one. And I don't know if I have anything left of the floral one. The floral one is like very sparse. So anyway, I used those today. So yeah, I went through and did the exact same thing, Erin. So, you know. Okay, Penny, you know. Great. So anyway, and I did rip up my sheets. And so what I did for both of them, you don't need to see both of them, but is I put on some chipboard. You can use any kind of chipboard you want. This was recycled from something, but I don't remember because I had it in my stash, like already kind of cut up, not in these dimensions, but so I cut it down. And then I glued with Fabri-Tac this long piece of string, which is going to be the ties. And then what I'm going to do, probably won't get to it tonight or even this week, but I'm going to sew the signatures to the book cloth, and then I'm going to glue the book cloth down here, and it'll make a super awesome, nice bound hidden spine book. So excited. So that one goes with that one, and there's another one for this other one here. So then in the journal, or in the signatures, let's just get one here. I already had them together, but I went through and I sewed on this is handmade paper that has some gold on it. I don't know if you can see the gold. But, so I sewed that on, and when I sewed it on, it made this a pocket. So that was good. And then I went on and sewed some fabric on the edges, and I sewed this on here. So this now makes a pocket sideways. Isn't this fun? Oops. Not sure what's going on here. I don't know the order. This will probably be close to the order. Then I started using my little what are these called? Mini flashcards. So I made these because, let me see if I can, sorry, better. That's going to be better. And make sure I'm focused on that. I took my little flashcards and some other ephemera and used them and sewed them onto the edge. And I was kind of wondering if this would end up being, sorry, reach in here, kind of like a tuck. Could use it as a tuck. So, and just little pieces of fabric everywhere. And oops, did I get this wrong? That's right. Nope, that's right. That's right. Okay. Okay, Erin, copyright is so confusing to sometimes. The simplest thing is if you purchase a book, you can rip the pages out of the book and do whatever you want with those pages. You can make a sculpture with those pages. You could wallpaper your wall with those pages. The only thing that you cannot do is copy it in a copy machine or photograph it and reproduce it in any amount, 1 to a million. So, but you can rip out the pages and do whatever you want. If the document that you find, whether in person or on the internet, is, if you live in the US and the US copyright law states that you have to, it has to be before 1922. There's some weird things about the dates. So I would just even not do 1922, do 1921 and below. Though in the United States, the law is that you can reproduce them if somebody hasn't claimed the copyright and re-upped the copyright. So there are websites. Yeah, Penny. Oh, Penny, yes. So Erin, there are websites that have a whole bunch. Oh, you just watched that video? Yeah, that I made. Yeah, I did make one. I actually, the reason I know a little bit more than the average person is because I teach the yearbook at my school, and I had to teach the students about copyright law, so I had to learn about it because they were publishing a book and they couldn't put copyrighted images in the book, right? So like whatever, a famous photo, unless they got permission, they could not reproduce it. So I had to teach teenagers that and publish a book with them. Oh boy, was that fun. Anyway, now I'm just making my own book. So I would sew bits of fabric onto the edge. So that's what I did for both my journals. And then I was like, I need some embellishments. I love this one, the little birdie. I love this sheet too. I should have bought the whole sheet. This one I bought just the pillowcase. So I was buying just pillowcases because they're smaller, they're cheaper, they're easier. I don't know how much I'm going to use of the whole full sheet. But this one I really wish I would have bought the whole one. Anyway, so yeah, little places just with some things sewn in. I did sew this. Let's see, how does it go? This will go here. So I did sew this. So you can like put something in there, tuck spot, as we say. Another little thing, but this one has, I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually a feather, like a paper feather. I have a whole bunch of paper feathers. Some fringe. I sewed on some fringe. I love this fringe. So sewed on some, again, some handmade paper that has gold on it and a little circle so I could put something there. So yeah, so I did that for both journals. Now I'm ready to sew in the signatures and embellish, but I wanted to make some embellishments. You have cardinals in your yard? That's awesome. We don't see a lot of cardinals. We see a lot of, oh gosh, what do you call them? Stellar jays. They're really annoying blue jay type. And we see juncos and chickadees. Chickadee. You live in Georgia? Oh boy, totally different climate than here. It is cold, wet, totally rainy today. When the rain stopped for a couple hours, people went outside and took walks. My children went outside. I went outside. It was really cold. People were so sick of being inside, including me. So I made these today, and I was just going to quickly cut them. Isn't this cute? So that's not what I started with. I don't know what I started with. I wanted to show you what I made on the sewing machine. Some of you may have saw on my Instagram post, but I first started just taking bits and pieces of scrapbook paper and all my florals and kind of sewing them together. So I have a lot of these. And then I started sewing them together with like a feminine and a masculine print, because I have a whole thing of florals and I have a whole thing of like plaids. It's upside down, but so a plaid and a floral together, and I think that gives it a nice balance. Sorry, I'm trying to get the light right. It's wet and windy in Texas. Oh, I hope it's not that way all the time. Actually, I know it's not. I've been to Texas a few times. You must live, you must not live in Houston, I guess is what I'll say. So I did more of these. And they were fun. I love these. So these are just for my not my shop, just for my journals. Maybe I put them in my shop. Maybe. I don't know. But I had a lot and it was fun. And then I started putting tickets on them. So oh, a tornado warning. I am so sorry. That is just horrible. So yeah, I started putting some of these tickets on them that I got in an order, and I ordered some vintage tickets, and these were in here, and I was so perturbed. Because those are not vintage. But the rest of them were. There was another one that wasn't vintage. I like this one a lot. The greens. Oh, so then I started using my flashcards. So I have these flashcards in my Etsy shop. And so I just started using, these are my spring, and I could have gone and bought them. I could have gone and bought them online and printed them out. I could have bought these little mini flashcards, like, I don't know, like Tim Holtz, but I wanted to make my own because then I can make my own words and then I can share them with you. So really, it's awesome. They are awesome. They're on like lightweight cardstock, and they're perfect. They're like, I'll show you them. But so there's one of my flashcards. That's a spring themed flashcards. I like that one a lot. Just new life, and then I started adding just some circles and just plain brown craft paper. This is just packing paper that I get when I get a package. So I like to use it. Why not? I like this one too, resilient. That'll look nice on a page. So positive spring words. Then I started using the actual vintage tickets. There's one that I love. Oh, and I started using some of my, I just have a whole bunch of public domain images I just feel better using public domain. That's what that means, Aaron. If it's before 1922 in the United States, it's public domain. So these are public domain images that I don't sell them. I just have them and print them and cut them. So yeah, I loved doing this, and then I combined all of them. I love that one. And then just, oh goodness, a big mess is what it is. Haha. What do you guys think? Do you like these? Are these good? Are they bad? They couldn't be bad. So more just vintage ticket clusters, florals. This is just like a book page. Just all sorts of different fun little combinations, clusters. Very nice. You like the round element. So, okay. Here's the deal. I sell them in my shop, and you can choose square corners or rounded corners, because it doesn't matter to me, and I'll give you whichever one you want. So like 40 of them with square corners, or 40 of them with rounded corners. They're like layered embellishments, totally. They are so much fun. Hi, Caddy. Nice to see you. Did I miss you coming in? Nice to see you. You like the ones with the round element? Yes. Yeah. So you can choose. They're on my Etsy shop. Did I already go this way? You know, I really don't know. But I guess I went back to tickets. More tickets. And florals. I like 50 cents. And there's little purple, purple, purple. So, you know, I don't know how tickets really fit in with florals, but yay, you saw my announcement. Great. Awesome. On Instagram. Awesome. Yay. Now that you follow me, that's great. So I don't know if I showed you them all, but that's what I did today. And it's a big giant mess now, and I just cleaned it up. But we're going to make embellishments. So we're going to make some of these without sewing. Anytime I attach something, you can just sew it instead of glue it. I might just glue it tonight or staple it. Sometimes I do hand sew them. There's so many of these, you guys. Let me know if you want me to put these on my shop. Send me an email, comment below, whatever. If there's actually interest, I will actually go through the effort of listing them, because it takes some time to list. Okay, let's make embellishments. I have been busy. I did it all day today. Long story short, I did it today, all day. I got this seam binding that I'd want to use, so let's take it out of its package. And let's get out my scraps. So I have these ones. I do have these ones. And then I have a whole bunch of random scraps that, well, this is a book, but not necessarily floral. Maybe there's some floral in there. So this is kind of at the ready if I need it. And then I have this box. And so what I did with this box is I have some fussy cut type stuff. So I'm going to go through the box and then we'll get to making them. So, top left. Oh, this is what the flashcards come in, and you get 40. So this one is a mix, but you will get either rounded or squared. Anyway, so, and then, oh, I made this tag. I forgot I made this tag. Isn't that fun? So that's gonna, I don't know. And this might go in my personal journal because I love it so much. Yeah. Get your you need to learn how to thread it. I need to learn how to thread my sewing machine every time I use it. Caddy. So don't feel like you can't just Google like your sewing machine and get what you need. Anyway, this box, yeah, there's lots of tutorials, written tutorials and videos. So you have 5 packs of purple seam binding. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know how to sew either. So these are all fussy cut, essentially birds, bird houses, owls, birds. That was good for spring. So I built myself a little box. These are punch outs of feathers from like a pre-made thing that I bought over a year ago. I don't know where I bought those. Maybe Tuesday morning, maybe. I don't know. So those are in there. In here is all my tickets, including the ones that are not vintage but were given to me. And I actually have another one in there too, so it was kind of like eh. But these are all the real vintage ones. And then I have some random tickets. I don't know where I got those. And then I have a ticket punch. So I punched out, I didn't actually use these, but I might use these today. Tickets punched out of scrapbook paper or pattern paper or whatever. I didn't make the these little storage boxes here. This is a soap box from France, I believe. Like that. And so yeah, I didn't make that. That would be cool to make it. You could totally make it. I usually just repurpose things. Okay. This is a fun box. So yeah, I thought every time I do a project now, I'm going to make a box like this, and it got me super energized. This one has like, I called it blanks, but it was blank tags, which I haven't used yet, but out of that floral stuff. Blank circles from random stuff. That's pretty much it. Tags and circles, but you could do any punch outs. This one is all like focal point, I would call, and it is a little bit of everything floral, or garden, I should say, because that's not floral. But these are just out of a book that I just literally tore out. These are some of my public domain images that I just print small. This is actually a photograph of my grandmother. So mostly public domain stuff, floral. Okay. Then this box is all the big stuff that like the big ephemera, and I wasn't doing big anyway, but like fussy cut flowers and fussy cut birds that are bigger. That's not fussy cut. Anyway, here's one. And then some bigger pattern paper. And then I made these tickets. So these tickets are strips of pattern paper and strips of washi. And I just made a whole page of it. So probably, I don't know how it went, but went together somehow. And then I just cut them in strips. And then I measured out on the back how big of a ticket it was. And I punched half punches. So then if I want a ticket, like a decorative ticket, that grandma had a lot of struggles in life. She did not live an easy life. Now I have a decorative ticket. It's just like a blank or a base to collage on. So that's my little goodies. I have other things around, but let's make some embellishments. I'm going to just slide this right up here. So I think I wanted to start with making some tags. And actually, I start with making some blank tags maybe, or yeah. Ooh, I know what I could do. I could make some journaling cards with these. Totally great way to use up your scraps. So what if I took one of these, put it down with, I don't want the, well, that's going to go off either way. Maybe a smaller one would be better. Huh, look at that funny guy. And then so this is just kind of what I would do is, again, I call this dry collage. Maybe for this, I would want to ink around some of them. I don't know. It's too bright. This light, I got a new light. It's too bright, isn't it? So you can either stamp or sew or glue. So let's glue. Well, let's ink or washi, actually. By the way, you can stick these down with washi, which is a fun way to do it. Yeah, I often skip inking the edges. I don't know if it's because I'm lazy or I just feel like so many people do it that it can be overdone. But I think in this case, it will break apart the layers and make them a little more distinct. So I think I can do that. Yes, I mean, yes, I mean, dry collage means without glue. So I just set the elements up. And the reason I have a name for that, so I set the elements up before I glue. And the reason I have a name for that is because I teach high schoolers. Great, I'm so glad you're crafting along, Lisa. Yeah, I forget to do it. Wrap small butterfly cutout with eyelash yarn and attach it to it. That sounds fun. Yeah. So anyway, I teach high schoolers how to collage, and the way they think that you collage is that you don't plan it out. You just see something, cut it out, stick it in the middle of the page. See the next thing, cut it out, stick it in the next middle or the next page. And it doesn't lend itself to very good compositions. So I tell people to dry collage. So without glue, putting your elements down like this, seeing where they go, making a plan, not being impulsive teenager. Okay. Yeah, it's just so bright. Okay, I'm going to do an experiment because it might be really dark if I, well, let's see. Oh, maybe I could bounce it off the wall. I could totally bounce it off the wall. There. Better. Is that better for you guys? Yeah, for the edge of my pages. Yeah, this would be like a journaling card. So anyway, dry collage. That's dry collage. And then I can attach, but I already know what it's going to be like, so I don't have to guess. And I don't have to... Yes, that's better. Thank you, Penny. And I don't have to say, oh, I didn't mean for it to go there. What can I do? And I usually say, well, you can try and pull it up. But anyway. So that works. And then the kids realize that they can plan something out. And then we talk about what other things they can plan out. Like, I don't know, doing their homework before they go do something fun, or what they're going to do after they graduate. I have a lot of those conversations. What is your plan? Oh, you don't have a plan? Do you want to make a plan? Let's make a plan. It's like I'm a mom to 150 people every day in 7 hours. So anyway, I'm a little tired. Teachers are tired this time of year. But we're still doing it. We're still teaching the young. Hopefully they make good choices when they leave our institution. Yeah. Okay. I actually love my job. So, not complaining necessarily, just stating what I do. Yeah, I looked up to two teachers in particular, and one of them is the reason why I really wanted to become a teacher. And he retired a few years ago, and I wrote him a letter, but I had always kept in contact with him, and he was awesome. He was very proud of me. He was proud of me that I became a teacher. It was pretty cool. Anyway, that is awesome. I love that. So I'm going to make another one. Let's make another one because I have 2 journals, right? 2 journals. So let's pick another scrap. So I know a couple people are, school year is almost over. We had 6 snow days. So that means we have to make things up. But that's okay because my lovely school district figured out a way to not make them all up day-wise. We're still making up all the hours. We are still making up all the hours, just more hours in a day, if that's possible. And it's awesome. And we still have to make up 3, I think, of the days. So here's where I'd probably, if I had my sewing machine set up and right next to me, I would sew right here. But I don't. So I'm still dry collaging. I'm just not sewing. Let's see here. And then maybe a bird or a feather or an image or my grandmother or a ticket. Or what else do I have? Well, you know what I have? I have a whole bunch of sewn embellishments that I made a while ago. Let's see here. I could almost just do one of those. Maybe like that. Go. That's nice. That's floral. You like that? Would I try one of the clusters I made today on that receipt? Which receipt? You mean these? Caddy? I could staple it. I definitely could staple it. Good point. If I knew where my stapler was. I actually think I do know. But one of the reasons, like the purple bit. Receipt. The tickets? I'm lost, Caddy. Yes, these. Oh, great. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a great and awesome idea. Awesome. I'm reading too many people. You like the purple bit? Yeah. I love the purple bit. Oh, I put that over too far. See, I didn't dry collage. Oh, I will ink this though. Anyway, what are you all doing besides, oh, excuse me, crafting along? Anybody doing anything? Well, probably not doing anything. You're watching me, but did you do anything? Excuse me, I have the hiccups now, boys and girls. That's not good. Today that was interesting. You are petting cats? Oh, I have one remaining cat, and I think it's probably the last cat that I'll ever get, if not the last cat for a long, good while. And she is really old. Well, for a cat, she's 16. Oh, I love listening to the rain on the roof. I just recently took my kids to the best place to listen to the rain on the roof and had them like listen. It was really cool. So there's 2 of those. And then yes, let's put some of the things that I made today. Holy moly. A little one maybe. Let's get, just gonna pick some random ones. This is why I made them, right? To use them. Okay. Made that one. Made that one. Yep. Perfect idea, Caddy. Thank you. So we'll put these on the left side. We'll glue that down there. I guess we can do a little distressing. Anybody do anything fun today? I crafted. Let's see here. That's nice. Is there any new people here? Say hi if you're new. I'd love to know that you're here. You don't have to chat. You can lurk. Perfectly fine. I'm feeling like an image. Let's go into my box. Okay. Oh, I could do one of these. Possible. I could do possible. I have some of these, which I really like because you can cut them in half. They make little images. Let's look at those. Any, you're going live tomorrow, Lisa? Okay. What time? I know who's going live at some point, and I hit a reminder. Who was that? I can't remember off the top of my head. It was going live this weekend. I was like, oh, I'm going to try to go see them, but I don't know if I can. Maybe it was you. I think it was you, Lisa, actually. So you're going live tomorrow. So tell us what time. That would be awesome to know. So we can have people watch. Try the word cards. Great. I will try the word cards. Good idea. Yep, my little mini flashcards. You're a better salesman than I am, Caddy. Okay. I do like the rounded, but I just thought that I would offer the not rounded for some people. So yeah. Bloom. Here we go. Bloom. You liked this one? Caddy, you liked this here? Making a unique faith journal tomorrow. That's tomorrow. on your stream. Is that what you're doing on your stream? You like that? Love it? Too much. Too much, not enough, too much, not enough. We'll do that. And then we'll do another one with the word bloom. This is fun to get your opinion because otherwise I would just be doing what I think. And I don't mind doing what I think. I mean, that's great, but it's really great to get other people's ideas. I enjoy collaborating. I think it is hard to do sometimes, actually, but worth it in the end. And the bloom caddy? You like them both. You've taught a class in journal making, Penny? That's so cool. I took actually not a junk journal class, but in college I took a book making, hand-bound book class, a college class. Where I went to school, they had a big graphic design program, and one of the graphic design teachers, you know, they taught on computers and stuff, but they also did like letterpress, like not letterpress, yeah, letterpress, you know, with the like lead type, not on same card, yeah. And so they would letterpress things and make journals out of them, letterpress paper and make journals out of them. It was really cool. And so that's how I learned a lot of the techniques that I do today. And I still have my like, it was a huge binder. You had to purchase it at the bookstore. I don't know how much it cost, but it was so, it is a textbook. It's just in a binder, in a 3-ring binder. It is way thicker than any textbook that I've ever had and ever will have. And I kept it and it was awesome. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Perfect. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, let's do this one. Now I'm super excited to do this one. What if I did like this type thing here? Bloom. Maybe we can have it down there. Bloom. Have the big bloom. Yes, yes, yes. Well, that's the thing, Penny, is that I think they had this class before computers because it was centered around the handmade aspect of the book and then using like old technology like letterpress, like the printing press, which I know was around when you were born, Penny, because I did a whole project on the printing press and when it was made and how it revolutionized everybody's life. Anyway, especially monks, because they didn't have to hand write books anymore because that's who wrote the books. Anyway, so yeah, I know a lot about, it does go well with blossom. I like this one too. It's sometimes a problem when you make something you like and then you're like, I don't want to give it away. Put it right there under that bloom. So it kind of like underlines that bloom. Yeah, not that old, Penny. I know. Anyway, but I think that they had this class before computers because everything, and she kept it, she taught computers, the professor, but all the techniques were low tech and we actually had to do a printing press assignment, which I had to have like a partner do the printing press part because I didn't take that class, but I really, really wish I did. I wanted to become a graphic designer, but I got my degree in photography instead. You did early childhood education? That's awesome. My mom did too. She has her master's in that. And isn't that fun? I like the black plaid. It's really quite cool. Okay. So I have 4 of those, 2 for each. Very different. All of them very different. 2 for each journal. So that's good. Let's clean a little as we go, because that is one of the things that I've heard actually is what people who have clean houses clean as they go, right? That is true. Artists, not usually so much. So putting my little box back together. I love this little box. I actually feel like I should put these in the box. If I had one more sectioned off section or something, those would go great in the box, because they're not just scraps. I have a scrap bin over here, but it's not just scraps. Okay, so we got these. Now let's do some, I did envelopes last time. Remember when I did these envelopes? So I have 3 of them. So there's another one down here somewhere. So probably only, so I did envelopes and I've done these now. Let's do just tags, just regular. Let's collage on some tags. Here's some tea-dyed tags. Yeah, oh, the index card dividers. Let's do those. I so wanted to do those because these make great pockets too. Thank you for saying that. This is why I have you all here. These. They are, oh, is that 2? Because they're thick. Okay. Whew, they're still quite thick. So definitely think I'm going to ink this just because, and this is tea ink and tea dye. And it's just the one that I had out because I was doing so much tea dyeing. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll take one of these. Oh yeah, this one. This is what I need in my life right now, is some peaceful moments. I took my kids as soon as it stopped raining. We were like out the door. Not really, but and then when it started to rain, we went back in because I needed them to be outside. I'm just looking for a little background piece of paper and doing something and not annoying me. Excuse me. I have some tissue. This is napkin. So again, this would be that dry collage. Yeah. This is napkin from IKEA, believe it or not. It's not vintage. And it is thin. Well, I took the back pieces off. It's nice and thin. And I like it. So everything I make, I either need to make 2 of them or 4 of them. Not sold yet. The way the paper, it just ruffles weird. But you know what? It kind of makes me think. It actually makes me think, what about a little lace? But I do not have my laces organized. There's only so much time in the day. Isn't there? Isn't there? But I also have this piece of pant leg. Offset it. Offset this. I could do that. That's a great idea. You are full of ideas. Like that, offset it, or the other way. What do you think? Your little red, that looks good. Okay. Your little red wagon. I feel like I know your first name, but I don't remember. You don't have to say on stream if you don't want to. Try the other way. Yeah. Yep. That's it. Don't forget to ink my focal point. You're my key buying lady? You're my key buying lady? Really? Awesome. That makes me confused, but unless maybe you changed your name, your YouTube name. Let me see the picture. Renee. Oh, Renee, that's not who I was thinking of. Oh, awesome. Well, hey, you could buy these journals. They are going to be going up for now. How should I do that? I should have done this before, shouldn't I? Oh well. They will be up on my Etsy shop. They are not up right now. I don't know if I can. Good enough. So, very nice. Very nice. This is very hard to tear, but it's beautiful. I like it. There we go. Oh, key buying. Now I get it. I see. Hi. How are you? Oh, yes. Key buying. I took a break from selling keys, but you can always contact me if you need more. Especially tell me which kinds you like, Renee, because I will accommodate you however I can. Yeah, it's gonna look nice. So I just switched to Elmer's Extreme for that because it's so thin. What do you remind me what you do with the keys, Renee? Because I have a couple people buying the keys for me and they all do different things and I can't remember. I only seem to remember one person saying that they put them in a jar. Was that you? And they have them like on a shelf and they look really cool. I was like, oh, I never even thought about using them that way. Very good. Very good. Let's go the other way. Why not? Inking. Yeah, it is wonderful. Oh, so what time is it? Oh my gosh, it's already 9 o'clock. Oh, no wonder I'm tired. I'm usually in bed. But I have to work so early. Let's see. Kind. Yes. Kind. See any other words that I want? Quiet. Peaceful and quiet. Yes. 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 Ooh, that's a really big one, but that would be okay, especially, I mean, if it's a pocket, that would be just fine. Oh, you make decorative keys, use in jewelry. Oh, I should make some key earrings, shouldn't I? Good idea, Renee. Well, have you used them all? I don't remember how many you buy, but some people buy a lot of keys from me. What are we doing with all the keys? I don't know, but people like them. There we go. We'll go that. So I kind of do the dry collage kind of quickly, like just because I do a lot of collage. But you got a stash. Of course you do. we all have stashes of our favorite things. Whenever I say favorite things, I always think these are a few of my favorite things. And then also Oprah's favorite things. You get a key and you get a key. And anyway, yeah, we all have our stashes. Mine is growing so much and so quickly, mostly because like I keep making things that I would buy, but I can make on the computer. And so why not? And then I can sell them if I want to, if I want to go through the effort. Selling things is actually a lot more effort than I anticipated. Well, we'll do this here too. Do any of you have Etsy shops and think that, yeah, you thought, okay, selling, it'll be great. And then it's just so much effort. Oh, it's worth it, but it's a lot of effort. And I like to have different price points in my shop. So like, because there's nothing more disappointing to me when I go to someone's shop and I love their work and I want to buy it, but I can't afford anything. So I try to have things for smaller amounts of money, or package things with smaller amounts so people can afford them. And then, you know, they'll use them, and then if they want more, they can buy more. But there's no need to buy 500 or sell 500, you know, if they just want 10. And then somebody else can buy the other 490 of them. Share the love. So yeah, I try to have different price points in my, just because that's what I would want when I go to an Etsy shop. I've been an Etsy purchaser for a really long, well, I don't know how long, but it seems like a long time. And I've always wanted an Etsy shop, and people didn't laugh at me when I said that, but they were like, oh, geez, that's okay if that's what you want to kind of do with your life or whatever. And I'm so thankful and happy that I get to have one. And yeah, those are beautiful. Really like these. Thank you for suggesting this. So anyway, I just like to have different price points. So on the tags, let's do something. What about some birds? This one's like, sorry guys, there. What about some birds on the tags? That sounds fun. That's pretty big. Let's see here. Nope. Maybe. Maybe not blue. I'm trying to find smaller birds. Ooh. Oh, my daughter's crying. She's going to bed. That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. So let's see. I'm going to do this one and do this one. Yeah, I fussy cut these birds from books, and they're just field guides, and I don't know which ones they came from. Oh, I love that. I actually really like the images of the owls. You can't see that. Yeah, aren't these gonna be good? Okay, let me see. So let's do this one. I'm hesitant to actually ink, but I will. I love, so when I go to the beach, okay, I love going to the beach. My family loves going to the beach. I don't care what kind of beach it is. Sandy, rocky, we can find things to do. So if we go to the beach for like a weekend or a long day, I will take my little box of fussy cutting, which consists of a little box with scissors in it. It's around here somewhere. And a field guide. And I will just sit there and cut and cut and cut while my kids play on the beach. And it's all good stuff. So that's how I have time for that. And then if they need me, which they do, and I'm so thankful that they do, then I just put the box down, get up, go help them, usually get distracted and come back to the box 2 hours later because I'm usually just playing. But that's where I get my fussy cutting done. I also oftentimes cut in fussy cut in meetings. Like, how do I explain it? Which way was it, you guys? I feel like I should rewind. But I'm gonna do it that way, whether it was that way or not. So that's how no, I don't think it was that way though. I don't know. Get things done while I'm still being a mom. Not meetings during, I should say, these are not meetings I'm getting paid for. These are volunteer after hours. It's not even meetings at the school. But it keeps me thinking, while I'm at the meeting. Honestly, in my school, we don't have a lot of meetings anymore because it's not effective. It's not an effective way for us to get things done. If we have a meeting, it's maybe 15 minutes. But there are some roles that I play in the school district, that I have to sit through long meetings. So that's when I bring my fussy cutting. And often other people say, did you bring another pair of scissors? Like the PE teachers. And so, yeah, this is so cute. Love this. So let's do another one. And then I'm going to go, thank you. Thank you for being here, Lisa. Thank you for having a wrench next to your name. I appreciate it. See, when I have a mod, I don't need a mod. There's no trolls, knock on wood. But I will have to go pretty soon because I want to check on my daughter. It's late. So I have 2 daughters, and one has a really early bedtime. Not really early, but early enough. And one, yeah, thank you. One has a later bedtime. But the later bedtime kid sleeps through the night. So we just let her have this late bedtime. She got into this habit when she was an infant. And infants don't care when dinner time is or whatever. They only care when their dinner time is. And so she would take a late nap at 4 o'clock and then wake up at 5 or 6 and then stay up until 9. And then she'd go to bed at 9 and she'd sleep through the night. And so Mama said, we're not messing with that. If that's when she wants to go to bed and sleep through the night, that's awesome, because my other child does not sleep through the night. And that's not so awesome. Any moms out there will know what I'm talking about. Or dads. Any parent. Or grandparent. Or aunt or uncle. Anywho, or sister or brother for that matter. These do not have to be the same or similar at all. So yeah. So I'm going to probably say goodbye after I glue this. Oh, so cute little shore bird. I think it's a shorebird. I do not know my birds very well. I can try and ink this. I think this is, it's more slick paper, so it might just wipe off, but we'll do it for giggles. Anyway, so it's been about an hour stream. That's a good amount of time anyway. Don't want to get into the marathon streams. I personally don't. Plus, I've been crafting all day and I'm so tired. And it's Saturday. And that means I don't have to work tomorrow. That means I can sleep in somewhat. There we go, little birdie. Thank you so much, Renee. It's been lovely with you here. So yeah, and I love this little box I created. What else could I put in this supply box for? I could put postage stamps. I should have done that. I didn't do any postage stamps this time. What else could I put in this box? And I love having my tags all organized just right on the left. Here's the box again if you came in late. I've got all sorts of different things. I didn't even get to these, which are just punched from scrapbook paper. I kind of wish that I had tea dyed them. So I think next time I tea dye, I'll just throw all of these in. Usually I tea dye and then I punch, but that's just the way it'll be. And so I could put things of little boxes of postage stamp was one of the ideas. What else could I put in here? I didn't even use the seam binding. Oh, silly me. I got some nice stuff done to put in my journals. So the next thing on my journals is to bind them. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it takes a lot of focus, concentration, measuring, that kind of thing. So not doing that tonight. Probably not even tomorrow, but we'll see. Sorry to knock the camera. Okay, so I'll leave that open. So I am going to say good night. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you're here right now, could you give me a thumbs up before you leave? And if you're watching the video, could you give me a thumbs up? That would be awesome. Yeah, good night to everyone. I love seeing new faces in here and some old faces and some names I didn't recognize, but now I know who you are. You're my key buyer, Renee. Anyway, good night, Renee. Good night, Caddy. Good night, Lisa. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.